Our I can statement for this week is I can strike a ball underhand by having a straight arm, step, eyes on the ball, and swing and hit. Hello friends. Today in PE we are going to work on an underhand strike. Underhand is a motion we have done before. Strike is to hit. I'm kind of doing this today because I'm doing a volleyball unit with our older friends, so I figured it would not hurt us to practice this some more. As for equipment needed today, it would be best if you have a balloon. I think I've mentioned before, if your mom and dad could buy a pack of balloons to keep around the house for at-home PE, that would be the best. Even if you need to pause your lesson and go ask your family member if they would pick you up a bag of balloons and maybe play this lesson once you've got that balloon, that would be best. If you aren't going to have a balloon, the next best thing would be a beach ball. It's really light and it floats really slow. So a beach ball would be a great thing to practice with. Other things you could use would be a stuffed animal. A big stuffed animal would be great. You could use a plastic bag ball. I'm gonna attach a lesson about how to make that if you need that. What you don't want is like a basketball or a soccer ball. Those balls are gonna be too hard on your hand and your arm. So we don't wanna use a heavy or hard ball. You could even use sock balls. So take up some socks and ball it up small. The problem with that is it's a much smaller ball than I would prefer, but we know it would be safe and it's probably something you have around your house. So once you have your ball selected, we are going to practice our hitting. And the steps we were going to work on was straight arm, they're back here. Straight arm, like this. You're gonna use your dominant side. So I'm a right-handed person, I'm gonna use my right arm. You're going to step with the opposite leg. So if I'm gonna hit with my right arm, I'm gonna step with my left leg. And then eyes on the ball or the balloon. So my eyes will actually be down here. And then I'm gonna swing my arm and hit the ball. So I'll be like this. And then of course I would try to catch it. Actually, what I want you to do first is leave the balloon or the ball out of it and just do some pretend hits. So you're gonna have straight arm, opposite leg, swing through and hit. So I just want you to imagine what you're doing at first. And I'd like you to do about 30 imaginary underhand strikes. All right, the next thing I want you to do is to take whatever equipment you're gonna use, and I just want you to practice keeping it up in the air, kind of getting used to contacting the balloon or the ball. I don't care if you're using straight arms, bent arms, fingers, fists, or your forearm. Just get used to your equipment. So if I'm using this beach ball, and this beach ball doesn't hold air, so as soon as I leave it alone for a few minutes, it gets a little more flat, which is fine. That actually is just fine if it's a little bit flat. So I'm just kind of spending a few minutes hitting a ball. Even if you have a few choices, so I have this trainer volleyball too. Just want to get the hang of it, see which ones work best. You definitely need to think about where you're working. So if you have a heavy ball that might knock things down, you're not going to want to work by things that could get broken. You're going to want to try to put your coat on and head outside. If you have something light like a balloon, I think you'll be safe, or your sock ball will be safe. But make sure you're paying attention to the kind of ball you're using and the space you have, and make sure you're being safe. All right, so now you have done some imaginary underhand strikes, and then you spent some time getting used to your ball, just hitting it around. So our third thing we're going to do is to practice the underhand strike with our piece of equipment. So I'm going to kind of do this from a sideways view. I already have my left leg in front because I know I'm going to hit with my right, so my legs are a little bit apart. I'm going to hold my ball over here, make my fist, arm straight, and hit. Eyes on the ball. We've got straight arm, step, eyes on the ball, and hit. So straight arm, my legs are apart. I want you to do this for a good 2 minutes. If you don't have a balloon, if you're using a ball, you need to be hitting against a wall probably, a safe wall, or maybe to a brother or a sister or someone in your house that could catch the ball. Maybe you're gonna go bring your ball outside and hit off the side of your house or against a fence. If you don't have anything to use or a safe place to practice, then just use that sock ball or keep doing your imaginary hits. And I want you to, spend at least 2 minutes practicing your underhand strike.